fellow friends YouTubers. This is Kurt, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on YouTube. Well, guys, it's time for another arcade game review. Now, this time we're going to be checking out Space Invaders, made by Bally Midway in 1978. This is a really cool game I remember playing back in the day, and I wanted to go ahead and bring it to you in this video. Now, I also want to mention, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also, if you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Now, Space Invaders was actually released in Japan by Taito, and then it was brought over to, then they brought it to the U.S., and then it was under the Bally Midway license while it was in the U.S. So very, very cool. Now, there's a couple of unique things about Space Invaders that made it unique. One of the things is the control panel. Some of the control panels had a joystick for left and right to movement. Other control panels had buttons for left and right to movement. It all depended on which version you were playing. And that was one of the things that was really unique I found about Space Invaders. I actually got a chance to play both versions, and I still like the button version better. I actually thought that was more of the quintessential experience of Space Invaders. Now, another unique thing about Space Invaders is how it actually made the image that you're seeing on the screen. Space Invaders used an extremely crafty system where they actually had a monitor mounted in another location other than what you would look at dead on, and then they had a mirror that you actually looked at. What they did is they projected that image onto a mirror, and that's one of the ways you got the effect that you have with the 3D effect here. That's absolutely amazing. Space Invaders was very unique in that. If you get a chance to play Space Invaders, you're going to see how unique that is, how they were able to use a mirror and stuff and reflect the image off a mirror. Very, very cool stuff. And also the sounds are extremely simple but very, very iconic. And when this game came out in 1978, I was actually 8 years old at the time, and I still remember playing this with my dad. So let's go ahead and begin. And you'll see how simple the sound effects are, but very, very classic. And as soon as you hear that, that sound is from the world over, that Space Invaders sound. They also made a lot of clones of this as well, different versions of Space Invaders. And also there was other versions like Space Invaders Deluxe that came out too, and Space Invaders 2. Always like the ships where you can get extra points and things too. Now, one thing, too, that's really neat about Space Invaders is you're going to notice that the tempo of the music will change. As you get fewer and fewer of them, the tempo of the music will pick up, which is something I always thought was really cool. And you have a little spacecraft for extra points. And also, they had a really neat version of this too, also for the Atari 2600 too. Now you hear how the tempo of the music picked up? I always thought that was great. And also the artwork too. The artwork on the cabinet stuff is also very unique too. Really, really cool stuff. Now as we get into that last one, you see it goes really quick. And then you go on to the next, and each round gets a little bit faster than the previous one. So you can see it's an extremely simple game, but it's a lot of fun. And you can see they're pretty crafty. So what do you guys think? Space Invaders is pretty neat, huh? Very cool. I was very fortunate to be grow up when I did in the age I grew up to be able to experience these games when they first came out in the arcades. You can see how neat that is. And I love the way the tempo of the music picks up too. Very, very cool. So there you go, guys. So there's Space Invaders. So that's a game I highly recommend if you get a chance to definitely play. And like I said, if you get a chance to play either version, the joystick version or the button version, both of them are equally great. And it's a very unique thing. Now, something cool too you're gonna notice is even like in the intro, like where it says play Space Invaders, there's an alien that actually comes out and changes out the Y and replaces with a regular one. Little touches like that were just really, really neat. See how cool that is? I just thought that was so great. Such an iconic game. Now, I also want to mention, by the way, too, I try to have 2 to 3 videos a week. On Sundays between 12 and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I try to have my premiere videos. There's an open chat room and things as well. And I also want to mention, too, when you're watching a video, if you look on the top right-hand corner, there's a little icon. If you click on that little icon, it's going to open up links I have to other videos. And I also want to mention, by the way, too, that if you want to help to show your support for the Kurt's Place channel, I do a merchandise available from the Kurt's Place channel store. You can get things such as hats, shirts, and keychains from the Kurt's Place channel store. All right, guys, thanks once again, by the way, for checking out my review here of Space Invaders. And as always, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye now. See you next time. Take care.